them numbers, we running up on neighbors. We don't got no good karma left. We running out of favors, yeah. Dabs and hugs don't pay the rent. Never seen an angel sent to the side of town I live, so I reap while they repent. My role models were finesses. Papa kept pills in the dresser, gave me 40 and I flipped them. I ain't even feel the pressure. Never learned to press a shirt, never learned to tie a tie. Cause I seen my parents' checks and I seen they tired eyes. If we could've paid for college, hell, I might've been a lawyer, but that probably wouldn't work. I'm too motherfucking loyal. I've got too many people counting on me, on me, on me, on me. So it's go time, crunch time, night time, sleep time, wait time, work time, no time, make time. Luck is just something that you make. If they don't want to give, you take. Go time, crunch time, night time, sleep time, wait time, work time, no time, make time. Luck is just something that you make. If they don't want to give, you take.
I am not proud of where I've been, but I'm proud of where I came from. Drowning in the drink, going brain dumb. Waking up with strangers, don't know where they came from. Turned my life around and I started building kingdoms. All I do is work now, funny how it works out. Ain't no time to take her on a date, don't have a girl now. I guess that's the trade-off, guess I had to fade off to finally find the time to figure out what I was made of. Ay, give me space, love, I got shit to prove. I don't do this for no pay stub. I know that you hate the way it separates us, but success is something I need me a taste of. So it's
go time, crunch time, night time, sleep time, wait time, work time, no time, make time. Luck is just something that you make. If they don't want to give, you take. Go time, crunch time, night time, sleep time, wait time, work time, no time, make time. Luck is just something that you make. If they don't want to give, you take. Go time, crunch time, night time, sleep time, wait time, work time, no time, make time. Luck is just something that you make. If they don't want to give, you take. You take. You take. Maybe they were wrong about me, and I was right the whole time. Underrated newcomer sitting on a gold mine. Never took a shortcut, I've been on that slow grind. Add up all the baby steps, I'll be there in no time. Folks line up and down the block to see the spectacle. You don't gotta like, at least admit the shit respectable. Never had dollars, we were fighting over decimals. Decimated all the doubt, now I'm feeling resolute. Now I'm feeling purposeful, working till mama's purse is full. Been rock bottom, only way to go is vertical. I was off balance, yeah, I was catching vertigo. Now they breaking vertebrae. Every time I circle through, I prefer to do everything how I imagined it. Made this off a handout so they can put their hands in it. Break it and dismantle it and play me like a mandolin. Wait until I'm down till they offer me companionship, saying they gon' ride for me when shit hits the fan again. They ain't really crazy, they as manic as a mannequin. Can it, man, I cannot stand hearing any more of this. I guess the moral is just maybe they were wrong. I'ma go until I get it, I'ma chase it till it's gone. Head in the clouds and my feet on the ground, screaming down at them like, look at me now. Just maybe they were wrong. Just maybe they were wrong. Don't be fooled by the frown on my face, I'm just playing along. Just maybe. Just maybe. Just maybe. don't be scared of the change. Scared to be the new kid, scared to be the hero. Some folks just don't wanna see us shine, right? But we still here though. Land of the gray, from the 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 land of the gray. Yeah, they call us crazy. Yeah, they call us crazy. Shit, at least I hope. Cause if you ain't crazy, that means you normal. And if you normal, you lazy and broke. That's why I work like a peasant, hands been calloused. Think like a king, didn't grow up in no palace. Never fall off, yeah, I know how to balance. 85 be the grind, 15 be the talent. Oh, that's how I feel, that's really how I feel. Chase $1 million dreams with a $20 bill. Killing competition will be killing myself. Rest in peace, Cobain, I'ma do it for the gray, okay? Rainfall, I holler whenever that stop. But I'm still sliding through the city in a rag top. Keep it pushing, pushing by any means. You can serve it where you want, just don't cook it up by the fiends. You could work a day job, but don't tell them about the dream. Go ahead and speak your mind, just don't tell them what all it means. Keep the secrets safe, you can be afraid. Just don't be scared of the change. Scared to be the new kid, scared to be the hero. Some folks just don't wanna see us shine, right? But we still here though. Land of the gray, from the 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 land of the gray, 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 land of the gray. Let's start from scratch, one by one. Make them all believe, yeah, that's how you build a movement. And if the words I say don't make them move, then what I say gon' move them. Yeah, that's funny to the kids, but really what it is, no, I don't got time for nobody butting in. I work day and night just like Cuddy did. Motherfucker friend zone, I ain't with the buddy biz. These folks wanna travel the world before they gotta work for the rest of their life. But I've been working so I can go travel the world. I think I'm doing this right, so you can be afraid of the end of days. You can be afraid of the knives and the guns and everything else underneath that shining sun. Just don't be scared of the change. Scared to be the new kid, scared to be the hero. Some folks just don't wanna see us shine, right? But we still here though. Land of the gray, from the 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 land of the gray, 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 land of the gray.
Butterfly boy, you're slipping. It's not your fault. I think.
Okie dokie. Check, check. 1 2 1 2. Are we coming through? Are we coming through? I think we are. Hello. How's everybody doing? I just added three songs to the stream today. Just because I need a little bit extra time. Usually I do 2. I like to keep it around 5 minutes. I don't like to keep you guys waiting, especially for the people that get in early. Some people like the music, some people don't. So I just want to make sure I'm pleasant to everybody. Let's go ahead and switch over to my face. Hello, it's me. How you doing? It's the boy. It's the kite. Oh my gosh, we got a lot to talk about today. I'm actually very happy with what's happened so far. We've made good money. Kyle, how you doing, man? Rainbow, hello. Zach, maybe that's how you say it. I don't know. Hello, how you doing, man? Jonathan, dude, thanks for saving my portfolio. I didn't save your portfolio, man. I'm just doing me, man. You pulled the trigger, you sell, you buy. I'm just saying words on the internet, man. Matthew, thank you. Appreciate you, man. Hey there. Allie, Kite is right. A little rhyme for you. Let me turn up my feedback real quick because it's like I can't really hear myself. Maybe I wasn't even like speaking into the microphone. So maybe it even like sound like I was, I don't know. I'm all messed up today. I woke up at like 6:30 and then had to, just BS around all day because my internet in my room is not the best. So I went to Best Buy, which is like an hour drive because it's 30 minutes there, 30 minutes back because of where I live. I spent like 20 minutes there picking up a mesh system because I didn't know exactly what I needed. Came home, tried to get it all working. It's still not doing exactly what I wanted to. I got Kinda like the Euro, or, I don't know if that's how you pronounce it. But the router, like, when I'm connected directly to the router, I'm getting, like, maybe 200 megabits in my room, but when I'm connected to the Euro, I wanna say Euro, but it's not Euro, it's Euro. I'm only getting, like, maybe, like, 150 to 100, um, which I'm fine with because the main issue was packet loss, not necessarily internet speed. I'm fine with 200 megabits a second. Obviously, more is better for like downloading video games and stuff, but the upload's fine. The upload is for you guys. Um, so if anybody has those and has dealt with that problem, let me know what I'm doing wrong. Because the box says it should go up to 500 megabits per second. So I don't know what's going on. Jacob, how you doing, man? Ready? John, how you doing? Andy, Krypton, Jacob, Aaron. Hello, guys. How you doing? Kite strategy has already saved my life. I want to go that far, man. I'm glad that this trade worked out, to be honest. And obviously, we still got a little bit more to go. All right. But I'll kind of highlight some things that are happening on the smaller time frames that look good to me. Um, that we could see continuation to the downside off of, because honestly, I'm looking for like 1550 as a cash out point. Right now, we are up 89%, $535. Back when we were at like 1650, I think I was up like 720 bucks. So really good to see, to be honest. You love to see it. But obviously, I'm looking for it to make, it's not, a lot of people think that like, 200 bucks is a lot. It's really not, considering how much price action's been moving lately. And it's just one more leg down, and then we're set for 3K, in my opinion. Obviously, if things change, I'll let you know, but that's the plan. That's the plan, Stan. Uh, just got your Telegram. Love the videos. Thank you, man. I appreciate it. Thank you for signing up. Uh, let's see. Google Nest Wi-Fi is awesome. Didn't go with Google. I looked at all the different ones, and this brand that I got seemed to be the best. Try buying an Ethernet through electrical converters. Ethernet through electrical converters. Oh, I know what that is. I didn't even think about that, to be honest. Basically, Ethernet flows. Yep. Uh, don't call me that, Mr. Hollywood. A little weird. Um, but how you guys doing? Happy Tuesday. Hopefully, you guys are sitting in profit alongside me. I would love for that to be the case. Let's go ahead and start talking about price action. Because we have to kind of figure out, like, I want to show you guys, how I kind of work through stuff. Because first thing that we want to see bearish continuation off of like local high within the trend. But we also want to see bearish reversal off of the single trend. So let's go ahead and just talk about ETH first, because obviously that's the one I'm in a trade. Um, and we'll talk about that because I'm sure at this point a lot of you guys might be sitting in substantial profit, and you guys are worried about price action going back up. Well, let me go ahead and just take a step back. Let's not even focus on bearish divergences and all that good stuff. Let's just kind of focus on the the most important thing. All right, just let's go with a pattern. All right, we have a head and shoulders that has officially broken to the downside. All right, and that level of the neckline is at about 1724. So if you see it get above 1724, yes, is that not a good thing? No, not really, but it can kind of try to retest into the zone and then get rejected out of the zone. So don't be too trigger happy when it comes to exiting your short just because of that one thing happening. But we're broken to the downside, guys, and that's what we love to see. Unfortunately, like it happened like 2, maybe 3 hours after we got off live stream last night. Um, I would have loved to have been on live stream while that was happening because definitely the Telegram chat was hype. It's always fun to watch people posting memes and stuff as prices dropping. It's so cool. I'm glad to have like a little community where we can all bask in the victories and stuff like that. So, just from a simple pattern perspective, we do have a target of 1448. Now, like I said, is there a chance of us actually finding support and seeing a reversal at 1521? I do think so. So that's why I'm kind of looking for that area, and I'm not being too aggressive with my take profit because I could take my profit at 1522 if I wanted to, but that's just not how I like to play things. If my take profit is 1520, right? Or the local low that I want to take profit off of and I'm expecting a reversal, I'm going to at least, give myself some buffer room because you never know if it's going to make an exact touch. We can only hope so. Jonathan, thank you very much, man. I appreciate it. Fish is going to be happy. I'll buy him some like McDonald nuggets. He loves those things, man. He goes crazy for them. All right, so that's just from a simple pattern perspective. So let's go ahead and talk about the divergences that led up to this, and then the divergences we currently have. So, first and foremost, as we were in this uptrend, what did we see? All right, let me go over to the RSI. So, as we were coming up in the uptrend, you can see that RSI was also following. We were creating an uptrend, 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 and then we peaked in the uptrend, created a local high on the RSI, and that is the correlated local high on price action. So what you see is we get a higher high on price action and a lower high on the RSI. That is a bearish reversal divergence, meaning we are in an uptrend and that uptrend is going to end. Now, from that point on, what we're really hoping to see past that point is bearish reversal divergences. So next up, that's how we got into the downtrend. Now, if we look at this, we have this local high here because you can see the bearish reversal is going to happen off of the local highs of the downtrend because it's always going to be adjacent. So right here we have a local high and right here we have a local high. Now we got bearish convergence off of this local high, but this is where the divergence happened. So right here, for example, all right, these are the correlated local highs right here. So we have this local high and this local high. And you can see we were getting higher highs on the RSI, but lower highs on price action. That is bearish continuation divergence. Hey. He's throwing a temper tantrum because I started streaming and I'm not paying attention to him. So that's bearish continuation divergence. That's what we wanted to see. That's why we kept going down. Next up, let's see. That was bearish convergence. But I'm sure if we went down to the lower time frames and had more detail, we might find some sort of divergence within that. Now, look at this. Let's go down to a 5-minute chart. What do we see? What do we see, guys? Well, first and foremost, maybe 5 minutes almost getting there. So we definitely have a downtrend, break of downtrend that created a local high. So we have two local highs right here and right here. Okay. So let's go ahead and find the correlated local highs on RSI. So already we have a higher high on RSI to this local high and a lower high on price action. So that is already a active bearish divergence. All right. And then obviously as we come up, we're looking for maybe an exaggerated bearish divergence off of this for the continuation. All right, now let's go down to the smaller time frames. It was looking good just a second ago, and I guess you could say it still is, but we'll see how this works out. So right now, if we do stay under 1717, this will actually turn into, let's see, this will actually turn into a bearish reversal divergence off of that. Oh, no, 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 look, 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 look. This is the bearish. So the 2-minute right here. So since this is such a small trend comparative to everything that we were just looking at, you do have to use a smaller time frame to get greater detail when it comes to the actual divergences to the trend you're looking at in perspective. So right here, we are actually looking for a higher high, which I guess you could say we already did. Not too much. I do think we want to go up just a little bit more, to be honest. But you can see that we're getting lower highs on RSI. So slightly higher highs, very slightly higher highs, but significantly lower highs. So we're looking for that bearish reversal. It could come at any point. This could be a triple top, and we go down to here, maybe have one more leg up, and then start, continue the downtrend from there. When it comes to the actual downtrend lines, let's go ahead and mark those out. So we had the first one, which was here to here, and then here to here. And since we don't have another data point just yet, we can extend that. So this is our downtrend line. So if anything, let's say we went sideways for the next, until we hit this line. All right, we're looking for maybe from our current point, maybe about a day. All right, maybe even more if this turns into some sort of descending triangle. It could be 3 days. Who knows? All right, I'm not in the business of time. I'm in the business of if this, then that. I don't care about time, especially when we're sitting in shorts, man. We have funding in our advantage. We're making money just holding the trade, not even taking profit. That's what I love to see. All right. So that's Ethereum. We're holding steady. We're doing good. We're on our way down to these supports. And the reason why we're finding support here and kind of doing a retest is because we're finding support off of this region right here. These two local lows, right? And we are using that local low as a retest to confirm resistance off of previous support. And in that way, we can see continuation to the downside. And then the next two options we got are this one and these ones. All right. And if you need me to mark out what those are, let's go ahead and do it now. Go ahead and take a look at it. All right. I will mark these out. Take a screenshot if you need to. All right. Those price levels is 1517 and 1446. All right. Cool. Let's go ahead and take a look at BTC. One thing that I am actually mad about is the fact that EOS is not taking a dip just yet. I got my DCA here, and I'm waiting to get a DCA here and here. Now we do have a significant downtrend, pretty good resistance. So if we do continue to follow this trend line, we'll get down to those levels eventually. It's just taking its dear old time, which I get it. I get it. Want to move slow. All right, so Bitcoin. We are sitting at the neckline of a double top. Once we break that neckline, then we will see the 46,439 target start like price action will start moving there. Like, listen, guys, that's the target, but I'm not saying it's going to get there. We have plenty of supports in the way. It's likely because of the way price action's kind of maneuvering that we could see reversal at 49,378. That would be my target for my first long if I was playing Bitcoin. And then if that didn't work out, obviously we have the stronger support underneath it. And then we can see continuation from there. If we go ahead and draw our fib retracements on this, we might see that $49,000 level being the 0.382. Would you look at that? Price action. Boom. So that's what I'm expecting in the short term over the next couple of days. But like I said, guys, once we hit that 1-2, if we do continue to find support, we can be confident in a 3. All right, and that 3's target is going to be $77,000. So you can probably expect that inside of this trend, and it could even go sideways for a little bit. So don't be, crazy about this. All right. Just know if we are above these two price levels, no matter how long time it takes, that is the target. Okay. I don't know how much more simple I can explain it. So like we might get a bounce off of 49,000, go back up to the local high, get a rejection, come back down, test the 0.382 of that smaller trend and do it several times and then finally have a breakout. So just know that if you are taking a swing trade off of $49,000, you must have diamond hands. Just because you get a simple rejection up here does not mean that your entire plan has gone awry. Make sure that you are being gentle with price action. Do not get into a swing position and then all of a sudden say, okay, this is now a scalp. All right, make up your mind. That's all I'm saying, man. You'll make more profit that way. Stop making it overcomplicated. All right. If this, then that. And then obviously for the fifth wave, we're targeting around $90,000 to $100,000, which I'm very excited about. So that's pretty much it for price action. Now, as we're moving up this third wave here, we're probably going to have an initial bounce, maybe get a rejection, right here or something. Have it come down like that, and then another stretch to the upside. All right, because within every single wave, there's going to be some sort of ABC pattern that you can kind of see on the way down, like that. All right, so it might look something like that. There's going to be plenty of scalping opportunities within this whole thing, so don't get too crazy with it. Make sure that you are making good choices. That's all I want from you guys. Um, so obviously, Crypto Face has Market Cipher, and if Market Cipher showing green dots, he's gonna say, it's time to long. My opinion is I've used Market Cipher for a year. There's been plenty of times where it was showing like 17 green dots in a row, but it just kept dropping. All right. Could he be right? Absolutely, man. I'm not here to say that I'm the oracle. I'm here to say this is how I play price action. I'm not here to listen to anybody else's ideas. If you cannot make up your own ideas, then you have not learned what you need to learn. All right. So that's Bitcoin. Hopefully that was well explained. Let's move down to EOS. Like I said, downtrend for sure. And we're looking for a 1-2 off of this uptrend right here. So we are looking for it to come back down to about $3.67. I have a DCA. I had a DCA here, here, and here. All right. I was doing 15%. Got what my numbers were. I think 15%, 30%, and then 55%, if I'm not wrong. All right. And what I mean by that when I say 15%, 30%, 55% is I have a set amount of money that I want to put into this coin across these three supports. And I'm splitting that cash up in terms of percentages across those three supports. Dollar cost averaging. All right. ADA for anybody that wants that. Like I said, I would be expecting a double bottom off of a dollar. But if we do happen to fall through that dollar support, I'd probably be expecting about 81 cents next. And then when it comes to maybe a target, let's go ahead. I'm going to give you a short-term target just to be safe because I don't want to call anything that's stupid. Actually, okay. Okay, how do I want to do this? That's an ABC to ABC. This lining up at the 0.382. Roughly, I want to say $1.89 is a safe bet. $2 is $2 to $2.40 might be the top if it ever does get up there. And then we'll check out Litecoin. All right, so when it comes to Litecoin, we're moving our way down. We're actually going at a little bit better speed than most of the other coins. So we are trying to get down to this. We're actually almost close to the bottom there for Litecoin. That's actually pretty cool to see. So actually, with us actually being that close to the 0.382 at that local low, I'm going to say Litecoin is actually going to make a little bit further low than most of the other coins. I'm 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 almost positive that 168 is the target. But if you're playing this correctly, you do want to at least take a chance on $180. When I say that, a lot of people go, well, Austin, if you say that $168 is what you're confident on, and that's where you think it's going to bottom out, why are you taking a long off of 180? Because it's valid. All right, it's valid. It's the most valid actually. All right, because the local low that is representative of the 0.382 is the most likely one to be hit. All right, so even though I think me as a person, Austin, thinks that this one is the one that's going to be the bottom, the robot inside of me, the one that's looking at facts, is saying this could be the bottom and this could be the bottom. It's going to take both chances equally. It doesn't treat them any less different. All right? That is the difference between me as a person and me as a trader. You look at the market in terms of facts, not what you think, not what you think, but what is the market really saying? That is the only thing that matters. And I think people start to get that mixed up and they start to overcalculate, overcomplicate. You don't need to make this any more simple than this. It is literally local low, local high, short long. Do it. Do it over and over and over again. Eventually, you'll get the swing of being a robot. It doesn't come naturally, but it does come with a lot of money if you do it right. That's all I'm saying, man. So, with that, let's check out, XRP. We'll put that on the back burner. Let's just go ahead and look at chat for a little bit. I'm tired of talking about coins. I'm so happy though, because this is going to be the first, the decent trade that we need on this portfolio to get things really started. Because with the next long coming up, it's going to be epic because this account's going to go from $3,000 to 25, 30, 40K. I don't know yet. It depends on how many scalps I can make in between. But I'm very happy that I get to share this experience with you guys. We looked at Safe Moon yesterday. All right. I talked about it in the beginning of my live stream. I don't think Safe Moon's a good idea. Guys, listen, if you're on my channel right now and you are expecting me to sit here and calculate 1,000 different altcoins and have all the information on them, what they do, what their team is, I'm not that person. I make tons of cash off of Ethereum and Bitcoin. All right, I don't touch altcoins with a 10-foot stick unless I am absolutely certain beyond a doubt that they are good. All right, XMR, basic attention token, XLM, um, EOS. I can't really think of many others that I am absolutely certain on. I know there's gonna be tons of people in the chat that go, "What about Cardano? What about this? What about that?" I I have to go with what I'm certain on. I don't know a lot about those coins. Yes, could I go do more research on them and I might be convinced? Absolutely, but that's just not me, man. I'm making tons of money. I don't need to get rich off of a one-off altcoin. James Kite. Now that Bybit is offering futures, will you switch from inverse perpetuals? No, it's just not my style. Phyllis, thank you very much, man. I appreciate it. I don't know what currency PHP is. I've never seen that. But thank you very much, man. I appreciate it. Iron Scooby, thank you very much, man. Nice to see you too, man. Jose, God, I've been trading with leverage and I made $5,240 trading Bitcoin. That's what's up, man. How do I follow your trades and trade lessons? So I do offer a Telegram group. I so like obviously when people ask, that's when I'll answer it, and that's kind of like a promotion in itself. But I don't really like to promote it because the Telegram group is no different than the live streams. The only difference is it's real time as the trades develop. I'm spotting divergences. I'm displaying them for people. And obviously there is some lesson videos on there. But in terms of the live streams have the same information. We talked about yesterday what my plan was, where I thought this was going. I try to make sure that I'm not holding anything back. Like I'm putting my entire thought process for a coin out there so that people can follow along if they want to. I'm just some kid on the internet. I don't want you to trust me when it comes to your financial status. Um, it's I just do what I do, man. But if you want to, the Patreon is available. It's $50 a month. Please, please, please do not sign up until the first or second of the next month. All right. Because if you sign up now, you're going to end up paying $50 and then it's going to charge you $50 on the first. You're going to get mad at me because you think I did something. And then you're going to come to me and be like, hey, man, blah, blah, blah. And then I'm going to be like, yeah, sure, I'll give you your money back. But I'm such a nice guy. I'm going to end up giving you your full refund back when in reality I only get around 15 to 20%. Well, I get 75 to 80% of what is coming in to Patreon plus taxes because it still shows up on my taxes. All right. So obviously it's not a huge kick to me, but I don't know, it's kind of the principle of losing money. When I try my best to be open, honest, not double charge people. All right. Kite, is it easier for you to follow Ethereum than Bitcoin? Yes. I, you know, people ask me all the time, why are you on Bitcoin or Ethereum versus this coin, that coin? It's just what I'm comfortable with. I've been doing it for the past, 2, 3 months, and I've kind of fallen in love with how the price action works. And I think Ethereum has a really bright future, to be honest. Does Crypto Face's indicator is it good to follow? Um, like I said, I really hate commenting. I want to be honest and make sure that my experience is known, but I'm not trying to take money out of anybody's pockets. CryptoFace runs a business, and with me saying stuff, do I believe that I might be saving somebody potentially headache and money? Yes. But at the end of the day, if I convince someone not to buy Market Cipher, I'm doing an injustice to him. I want you guys to make up your own decision. Listen to what I got to say, compare the alternatives. If you still think Market Cipher is better, buy it. But Market Cipher does not add anything that you can't already do or can't grab off of free indicators. What you are paying for with Market Cipher is to you're basically paying the Market Cipher team to take multiple types of indicators and conglomerate them together into one indicator that you can read, if you got a limited amount of space on your chart. That's it. There's nothing special about Market Cipher. Blue waves have been out there. All right. RSI, best tool, best indicator, been out there. All right. VWAP is essentially MACD crosses. All right. There's nothing Market Cipher adds, but what it does add is convenience. That is it. All right. That is my opinion. I'm sorry if it comes off like I'm aggravated, but I try my best to make sure I answer every single question I see. But I've been asked that question probably 1,000 times at this point. So I'm sorry. It's not personal towards you. What time frames are you using for most scalping? So what I tell people, your time frame has nothing to do with the way that you play. Now, obviously, to a certain extent, it does. You can't scalp on a 12-hour chart, but you can scalp on the 5 second, the 2 minute, the 5 minute, the 15 minute, the 30 minute, the hourly. What matters is the perspective and the supports and resistances that you're playing. All right. Me personally, you're typically gonna find me on the 5 minute, 15 minute, 30 minute, hourly. That is for swings and scalps, and even spot trades. Hey, our fish is scratching his bowl. Oh my god. Kite, one more. Thank you, James. I appreciate it. Oh, and Rupert. I'm sorry if I if I didn't answer you. Rupert, thank you as well. For all the help so far, can't send fish treats directly, so give him some peanut butter for me. That I definitely, man. He has like these little peanut butter bones that last a long time, which they keep him busy. So I'll buy him some of those, man. I appreciate it. Are you in a trade right now? I'm in a short right now. I'm expecting to take profits at 1550. I've been holding ever since 1866. And we're doing a little bit of retesting on the smaller time frames right now, but I'm almost positive this will turn around and continue the trend because we're looking for us to bottom out off of one of these two local lows correlated to the 0.382. And by the time this trade is done, we'll make, just a little bit over $1,000. And we started this account with about 1,500. So far, we're up to about, almost 3K, almost double the account in about a week, 2 weeks. Don't quite remember the exact day that we started it. But the plan is to make a couple racks. I don't know what I don't know what a rack is. Is a rack 1,000 or is that 10? Is that 10,000? I don't know. I'm hoping to make at least 20 to 30K by my projected top of the market. So a good month or two. Uh, how do you find local highs and local lows? We'll go over that in a little bit for anybody that's new. Uh, Can you share the Telegram? The Telegram is paid. All right. But like I say all the time, all right, I am not one of those YouTube channels that is hiding anything behind a paywall. All right. The live streams have the same exact information, the same exact trades, and probably a lot more information because there's so many more questions live. And I go through and I try to answer every single one, explain stuff as it comes in. So obviously with the live streams, it's not condensed into like a single video about a certain subject. That's the only difference. But when it comes to like pure information, you do not need to sign up to the Patreon. All right. I'm here to help. The only thing that with the Patreon that you're getting is access to the Telegram to have, better access to me and real time trades as they develop. But obviously, like I said, if I stream today, I'm showing you guys the trade I'm potentially taking tomorrow. All right. I try my best to be forward thinking and make sure that if you don't have the money, you still got the information. Why do you use Hakanishi versus regular candles? So I find that in markets, the averages matter a lot more than exact numbers. Now, when it comes to smaller time frames, I do use wicks. So I guess that is exact numbers. But when it comes to the daily time frame, I find that the average is a lot better for looking for where things are going to bottom out. Traders reality. Thank you very much, man. If I'm not wrong, I think you're is Tino? Is that Tino? Hi Kite, sorry to ask if you already said, but how would you trade a hidden divergence? You zoom in on lower time frames to find. So with regular divergences, what you're typically looking for is you want it like so right now we have a regular or did you say hidden? Okay, so the hidden is a continuation divergence. All right. So, for example, right now we have a continuation divergence off of this local high. Maybe I can explain it better on the actual chart. We have a hidden bearish divergence off of this local high right here to this local high. So, obviously, the easy answer would be, if we come up to 1784, that's when you would take your short. All right. But I would say find your closest local high. And as long as you are remaining below that, that would be your trade. So like right here, for example, obviously I'm not taking this trade, so I don't know if I would say it's like 100%. But this is how I would set it up if I absolutely had to. All right. If this continuation bearish divergence is active, which it is, and it will be until we get past 1784, so that's a long ways to go. It's a lot of tough resistance, to be honest. But as long as we are below 1715, the last local high, I think it's a good time to short. So let's say that you already entered this short. You would probably enter somewhere around here, maybe 1711. And if you are scalping, maybe you won't have a 2.25 stop loss, but maybe like a 1.5. All right, so your stop loss would be 1737, and maybe you're just looking for the leg down. All right, now there's a couple different ways to take profit. You can take profit based on local lows, local highs. Always make sure to take your profit beforehand. You never know, because if you can see the target, everybody else can. Always be the first one to get your money out of the market. Um, Another way of taking profits is simply, you know, looking for a set percentage. All right. So you're looking for trades that you know have a high percentage of working out. You just don't think they're going to go all the way to your projected target. So if you're trying to make 10% a day, which is pretty aggressive, all right, you need to at least make a 2 risk reward ratio with 5% risk, or you need to make a 4% risk reward ratio trade with 2.5% risk. All right. That would be, kind of how you would do that. But that would be the trade that I would be looking at right now if I wasn't a scout. What do you think is happening to Bitcoin in the immediate short term? Like I said, I'm looking for us to come down to about $49,000. All right. Because if we look at the 15-minute chart or the 30-minute, all right, right now we had an uptrend. That uptrend was broken and retested. We have started a downtrend, and these are our current lines for the downtrend. Because as new local highs and new local lows are created, it kind of bends, all right? Because you would probably say, all right, this is the downtrend, all right? But the downtrend, it goes parabolic at some point. Sometimes it doesn't. Sometimes it does stay consistent. But most of the time, it's going to go parabolic, especially during a bull market, all right? Because we're trying to get rid of the retests as fast as possible to kind of keep going. Like I told you yesterday, we have the macro uptrend that has been broken. And if we went straight up and retested it again, that would be the top of the bull market. So the more that we come sideways, the further we can go up to do that retest. So this is where like slow price action actually, if you understand how it works, it's not a bad thing. But obviously, it sucks because you want money fast. But whenever you break an uptrend, right, you take the top and bottom just like this, and you're looking for a retest of the 0.382. Now, this is if it's the start of an uptrend. If you're within an uptrend and then you do it again, you're actually looking for the 0.618. But with that being said, you can see right here, we're actually lucky enough to have a local low that is correlated to the 0.382. So there's a good chance that we find support at 49,377, but there is a possible chance of going back down to 46,365. All right. So either or is fine with me. If I was taking a trade off of that, I really don't care. I know the longer term profit in the end is what's, going to make me the most money. Now, that is going to create a 1-2 structure for a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 up, just like this. All right. Now, the target for that is going to be $77,000. So you can see as we come down, we did this yesterday. It's as simple as A, B, C. I don't know if I can make this any easier. Obviously, with that much complicated stuff, it's a little bit hard to follow. But the market moves primarily in ABC structures, and then those ABC structures get kind of stacked on top of each other to create 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 structures for an uptrend. You know, uh, 1 and 2, 1, 2, 3 are in the uptrend. 4 breaks the uptrend, and 5 is the retest of the uptrend. That's why the fifth wave, usually you have a huge rejection off of that and potentially a top for a good while. Uh, how do you get the side by side price action? Up here in the top right, you can select a layout, and as long as everything is synced, you can go over here, right? And it's just going to be a regular chart like that. But then you can click on the chart, add the RSI. It's going to look like that now. And then you double click the RSI to maximize it. my RSI is set to 125. All right, because the problem with the default RSI is it makes every single little piece of price action create a bearish or bullish divergence, and you think every single 5 seconds is the end, it's the bottom or the top. But when you are looking at it from this perspective, what's really cool is when you de-exaggerate the RSI, the divergences that you are going to be playing off of and the ones that you're actually seeing are actually going to be meal ticket RSI divergences. That's what I like to call them, meaning they're actually going to make you money. That's the way I see things. And the 30-minute already has a fat green wave on the MACD, which is a good thing because the thicker the wave, the more that we can go to the downside. Would you rather hodl Bitcoin or Ethereum? Um, at this point, I actually, so I would say Ethereum. So the reasoning for that, obviously, Bitcoin is still good. It's not one or the other. It's both. You're gonna hodl both. All right. But I will say that the majority of my hodl portfolio is in Ethereum. The reasoning for that, Bitcoin is good because it's the origin point. It's the big daddy. All right. It's the store of value. All right. But it's never going to become a currency. All right. Maybe for bigger transactions such as cars, real estate, and shady online dealings. But in terms of something that actually works for, regular life, don't think it's really going to become the currency. All right. Probably EOS. But when it comes to Ethereum, you have so many other coin networks that are piggybacking off of the Ethereum network, which allows it to have a use case beyond the fact that it's just a coin. It's because there is so much relying on Ethereum, Ethereum should theoretically do well. So that's why I have big hopes for Ethereum. I'm not saying that we're going to, shoot up to the sky because we do need a lot of money in Ethereum if we want to see targets such as $15,000, $30,000. I think last night I did some projections. I think we need like $2 trillion in Ethereum in order for it to be like 15,000 with the current supply, and then 4 trillion if we want to see around that $30,000 mark. So definitely a lot of money needs to come into the market, which obviously it is. With Bitcoin hitting $1 trillion market cap, it's undeniable. We're here to stay. But, we still got some catch up on these other coins. All right. Ketchup, no mustard. Let's see. No, Bybit is not available in the US. All right. You do have to use a VPN. I know you hate time. Yeah, because I live in non-locality, man. Time is an illusion. Um, but how long do you consider a scalp trade? I would say a couple days. You know, swing trade, couple weeks. All right, because we've been sitting in like, if we combine it all together, we've been sitting in this swing short for the last 2 weeks, man. Because we shorted 1890. All right, we shorted the 1890 top, took profit there, took a scalp long there. Because what I like to do is because I'm never ever 100% right. So what I like to do is I kind of like to work my way through swings. So I'll take a short here, take a long here, start looking for shorts, take the short, and then that's how I work through it. What kind of dog is Fish? He's a pug. Could you please show us the most effective way to set up and use the Fibonacci tool? So when it comes to the Fibonacci tool, it's just really about getting a lot of the rid of a lot of the bullshit. Because you want my idea, all right, my theory is that the more simple and easily digestible your chart is, not only for yourself, but for other traders. Because if you send your chart to somebody and you have to physically sit there and explain it to somebody that is educated in this sort of subject, you're not doing it right. The more simple your chart looks, the more profitable you are. All right, and obviously there's plenty of people that can prove me wrong. Just my theory. It's how I work. All right. So get rid of the background. You don't need the background. Make sure down here fib levels based on log scale is turned on if your chart is on log scale. As well as that, get rid of a lot of the other, like 0.5, 0.2, 0.786. You don't really need, the bare minimum that you need is the 0, 0.382, 0.618, 1, and 1.618. You really don't need much more. Now, if you do happen to get a double bottom, you would need the 2, right? Because that does create a little bit of a further target if you do break out. But that's the settings I got. Racks is 1K. All right, so I want to make 20 racks. Kite, can you recap your first couple of aha moments? The biggest aha moment in my trading career was when I really understood. Like I've heard people say it, but when I really understood that I am trash. I suck at trading. All right. Now, obviously, since then, I've gotten a lot better. But at the time, I was not good at trading. I made decent money off of stupid plays that I got lucky on. But what made a difference in my trading career was when I realized that you can be trash at trading, but if you are playing it intelligently while still losing, you're still going to make money. It involves risk reward ratio, making sure you have consistent risk management, and playing the market smart. All right. Playing local lows. All right. Just because my win ratio might be 25%, all right, I might be making substantially more money than you because the types of trades that I'm taking might be a little bit better profit. That is the best aha moment when I realized I could have a 33% win ratio and still make tons of money. That's when things got better. And then obviously I developed the risk reward calculator. Obviously it's nothing new, but that formula came to me naturally. So I do like to think that I'm at least a little bit smart. ETH doesn't work. Too high fees. Well, you got to think we're still brand new to this, man. We're still brand new. We might be in the next this bull market, but when it comes to the actual technology behind it, it is still new. You got to give time for these major, corporations to stack their warehouses full of ASIC miners because it will get better. ASICs are getting better and better and better every single year. Now, obviously, you're going to say, Austin, you can't use an ASIC miner on Ethereum. Awesome. All right. More GPUs, whatever. They're going to find a workaround. It's always about maximizing potential with less investment. I'm not gonna do a tutorial of the calculator on the stream because I already put all the time and effort into a video. Go onto my channel, find a video called "Best Tool for Leverage Traders: How to Use the Risk Reward Calculator." I explain everything, and there's a download link. What do you think about Filicone and his course? I love Filicone, man. I actually took his course. Now, do I do things slightly differently than him? Yes, but he's a great teacher. He's kind of corny, but hey, it's his personality. He's a great guy. I'm using just the regular MACD indicator with a little bit of different settings, 24 and 52. The next trade I'm planning is a long off of 1530 or 1515. on Ethereum. All right. I'm planning the long 1520, 1515, that area. Are we going to trade? I mean, we're trading right now, man. All right. Just because there's so many like YouTube channels out there that like draw people in that like are doing like these little tiny trades. Watch me make $1,000 in 30 minutes. That's not sustainable. Not for your portfolio and not for your health. I've been sitting in the same trade for the last 7 days. All right. We're trading 24/7 for 7 days, but I'm not sitting here going boop, 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 boop. All right. Try it. Try it. Be my guest. It's the siren call of scalping. All right. Scalping can be effective. Don't get me wrong, but you have to be a certain type of person with a lot of cocaine. The calculator in the description of the live streams. I keep meaning to update the download link. The download link through the Dropbox does not work. Like you can download the calculator, but the actual calculator doesn't work. If you want the calculator, you have to go to the mega upload link on the actual calculator video. All right, which is also good because then you can learn how to use the. Is your stop loss set super high? No, not really. And a lot of people like they move their stop loss. All right, my stop loss has been in the same place for the last 7 days. All right, I took the same short here. Actually, no. We took a short from like right here. I took a small DCA like right there. Ended up bringing my thing down. So I did take a small DCA. It was not anything that really changed anything, but I did get stopped out once. We re-entered 1866. We've been holding the same trade. So I lost $150, but we're gonna make 1,150. So I'm gonna be net positive 1,000. So uh, it's no big deal. Leverage does not matter. All right. Your leverage is based off of what your margin is and what your risk from your margin is, which is total portfolio risk, and what your stop loss is. All right. Leverage is a tool to balance risk. Leverage is not a gambling addiction. All right. I've used everything from 100x leverage safely to 2x leverage safely. All right. You can set the calculator up 1,000 different ways with different types of margins in order to get higher risk. All right. Let's say I'm using 2% of my portfolio as margin and I'm willing to lose my entire margin and I have a 1% stop loss. I'm going to be using 100x leverage. Is there anything wrong with that? No, because I want to, if the most I ever want to lose is 2%, and I know that I want my stop loss to be 1%, then the calculations are correct for me to use 100x leverage. But when it comes to what leverage is the safest, there is no answer. It's based off of your actual trade. And if you don't know how to calculate that, you should not be trading. That's why I made the Restore Calculator video. I want you to be able to do it safely. I want you to be able to make money. But if I sit here and say 5x or 10x, that's what you should stick to, you might take that and use 10x on your entire portfolio. There's a big difference. I'm on 11x leverage, but my margin is only 20% of my portfolio, meaning that if I lose a trade with a 2.25% stop loss, I'm going to lose 5% of my total portfolio. All right. But if you were using 100% of your portfolio with a 10x leverage with a 2% stop loss, you're going to lose 20% of your portfolio. It's a big difference. Big difference. Can you point out the video explaining your current trade on ETH? Uh, not really. We've just been talking about it over the last couple of days. I don't do videos on my trades. I do live streams because I'm lazy. All right, live streams, I can log in, I can talk to you guys. I don't have to edit anything. That's why I do it. Um, so right here. All right, let's talk about ETH again. All right. ETH has undeniably, right? People that are saying that we're bottoming out right now, until we are really confirmed, right? Because you have to speak in facts. If you don't speak in facts, you're not speaking to me at all. All right. Right now, we have undeniably broken an uptrend and we have undeniably started a downtrend. So, from that perspective, I look at it from an Elliott wave. We are going to be heading down to the 0.382, $1,500, where I will be longing that region. Now, when it comes to, what an entry level trader might say, well, Austin, we have a head and shoulders, which yes, we do. We have a head, a shoulder line, and a neckline, right? We are currently retesting the neckline. As long as we are below this level, this is our target. I speak in facts, all right? It's if this then that statements. Until those if this and that statements are invalidated, there's no reason to believe that they won't, that they will be. All right. Can you check my super chat? Oh, did I miss a super chat? Oh, I'm so sorry. Holla. Thank you very much. I appreciate it. Hey, does your Telegram Patreon have instructions on how you trade? Also, does it have your ins and outs? So yes, it does have videos that kind of like talk about how I do this, like legitimate lesson videos. I have one and two. One and two is the introduction, just basic how to mark out local highs, local lows, introduction to risk reward ratio, how that works, um, how to use the calculator, which I think I just said go to the YouTube video, and also like a bunch of other nitty gritties. And then when it comes to session two, we talked about getting a trading plan together and a risk plan together for future growth. The third is going to be mostly about Elliott Wave, but there's a lot of new people. I want people to be able to catch up. I'll put that video out soon. But yeah, that's the plan. So and it does have my ins and outs. All right, I post those. Let me close my window. This person's doing their lawn. But yeah, I do post everything. I post like why I get into the trade. Like I'll highlight the bearish divergence, the bullish divergence. I'll draw out the 0.32. So it does cover that information, but nothing different than the live streams. Feels like my ears, like when you go underwater, it feels like my ears are doing that. And if it goes above the neckline, what do we look for? Well, I mean, it's up to you. Do you want to cut your losses or do you want to just take your profit? Um, I would say until it goes above this number, I would not be looking for a long. And a lot of people hate me when I say that. But Austin, what if there's a chance to get in at a lower price point? I have to speak in facts. I am not here to speculate. I'm here to facts. Facts. That's all facts. All right. So I would have to wait for the shoulder line to break in order for me to have any confidence in in this whatsoever. What exchange is good for leverage trading? There's a couple out there. I know FTX is a decent one. I've been using Bybit for the past 3.5 years. They have not done me wrong. It's been fluid. I've never had an issue with a glitch or withdrawal or anything. Bybit's been perfect to me. But hey, other people have different opinions. Do you suggest a newer trader get familiar with just BTC or ETH, or trade smaller altcoins too? I think I might be opening. So that's the problem with like altcoins. Like people, you do have to learn how Ethereum and Bitcoin are moving in order to gauge when it's good to get in and out of an altcoin. Because if Bitcoin drops 10%, altcoins can drop like 50%. It's ridiculous sometimes. So you just have to make sure that you understand the market as a whole. Altcoins are a whole different ballgame. Too many people out there trying to get rich off of a one-off altcoin that's going to be dead by next bull run. All right. Yes, do some of them stick around? Not denying that. But there's a lot of altcoins that you guys have forgotten about. You just have to remind yourself. Or maybe you haven't been around long enough. Crypto Revolutions, great guy. Fantastic person. I've also been a member of his Patreon group. Great guy. He's called me personally to congratulate me on my success, which was one of the best experiences of my life. So, another great YouTube channel. Do you play with your holdings? My account is divvied up 1,000 different ways. I have a funding account, a spot account, a holding account, a swing account, a spot account, a testing account, challenge accounts. I have a million different ways of making money off of the same asset. So I like I explained this so many times, but um, diversification does not mean taking your money and throwing it into 1,000 different altcoins. Diversification is taking the assets that you believe in and hedging your bets in different ways to make sure that if anything was to go wrong, the blow is lessened. And if anything was to go right, security is added. How far back in a trend can you go to pick out divergences? It's from the that's kind of harder to explain. But essentially, like this local high to this local high, that's what you're looking for. And maybe this local high to this local high, and this local low to this local low. Right? That's kind of what you're looking for when you're looking for that kind of stuff. When it comes to how far back can you go, you're just kind of looking. Don't if you're going too far back, you're going too far back. Right? You should kind of get a feeling for it, like this local high to this local high. Right? This local high to this local high. You're gonna as long as it's within the same trend or the top of the uptrend versus the last uptrend. That's what you're looking for, depending on what types of trades you're trying to take. Thoughts on market maker method? If you so to make money, like substantial money off of the market maker method, you need a bot, all right, and a lot of capital. You know, a lot of capital. All right, but you can still do pretty well. I don't personally do it. Can you show an Elliott wave example? Yeah, sure. All right, let's do it again, guys. Anybody that was here yesterday. So let me display how the market moves down. The market moves down in 3 waves and it moves up in 5 waves. A, B, C. So that's an ABC is 3 waves. All right. A, B, C. 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 um, A, B, C, and then A, B, C. All right. So undeniably moves down in 3 waves. We covered that. So now we had an uptrend and that uptrend broke. All right, so that now becomes a 1. All right. So you immediately take your fib retracements from the top and bottom of the 1, and the 0.382 is going to be your target for the bottom of the 2. So you can see it landed pretty dang close. Let's go ahead and change this to Elliott wave. So we had a 1 and a 2 structure. Now you take the top and bottom of the 1, right? And the 1.618 is going to be your target. So the Elliott wave count was calling for 1923. We got slightly higher, right? And then to get your projection for the bottom of the 4, you take the top and bottom of the 3, and you're targeting the 0.618. I always trying to find a local low that's correlated to that level, right? So you can see we did get slightly lower. We got down to this, right? But then we came back above. Now, if we do continue to proceed, the next target is 3,083. Like that. So what every single wave is an ABC, but a conglomeration of ABCs can form into a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Because this is an ABC, right? This is an ABC. 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 I don't right? But it's the combination of ABC, ABC that forms into a 1, 2, and then ABC, 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 3, ABC, 4. All right. So if you're having trouble identifying 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 structures, practice with ABC structures. Only trade ABC structures. Uh, Thank you very much, Rob. Make sure that if you guys are going to sign up to the Patreon, all right, wait until the first or second of this upcoming month, okay? Because if you sign up now, it will double charge you on the first, all right? It will charge you $50 now and $50 on the first, all right? I want to make sure that you guys save money. Like I say all the time, the Patreon is just if you want to have real time access to me, all right? The live streams have the same exact information. Uh, Zach Coy, if that's how you say it. Yeah, wave 4 is not supposed to go below wave 1, right? But we're looking at real markets, not a book, all right? Now, if you look at like the 12-hour or the daily averages, right? We did not go below the top of the 1, right? That's why I'm saying that the averages matter, right? The average ended up being 1410 for the daily candle before we got that bounce and reversed. All right, so when we go back down to the lower time frames, you can see we did end up going. We pretty much touched it on the averages, right? Averages, averages, averages. I don't know anything about GraphLink. Not a single thing. Like I said, guys, if you guys are here for altcoins, doors right there. All right. I am not here for altcoins. I'm here to trade Ethereum, Bitcoin, maybe EOS. That's it. All right. But if you guys want to use me as a catalyst for altcoins, you can. Because, when I'm calling for pullbacks on Bitcoin or Ethereum, you bet your bottom dollar you're going to see the same thing on altcoins. Don't if you like if you're honest and you really want to learn Elliott Wave, do not watch a single tutorial video. All right. Don't watch me. Don't watch Silicone. Don't watch anybody else. Go read a book. All right. Harmonic Elliott Wave. The harmonic Elliott Wave. The case for modification of Rn Elliott's wave impulse structure by Ian Copesley. Look that book up, download it from some pirate website, or buy it. That is the book you need if you are honest and you really want to learn this. For absolute beginners, I would say Crypto Revolutions. And then if you want a good in between, I would say me. And then if you want like top of the leaderboard, Silicone. Silicone's been doing this so much more longer than I have. I'm not sitting here and saying that I'm any better than anybody else. Silicone, way better than me. You're getting a little bit too wrapped up on the smaller time frames there. I lost the message. Profit taker. A little bit too wrapped up on the smaller time frames, in my opinion. All right. This is not, this right here is not going up. All right. This is a blip on a map. You got to back out. All right. Just zoom out a little bit. The book is by Ian Copesley. Why EOS? I think EOS has a good potential for being an actual currency, in my opinion. All right, not an intermediary currency between banks like XLM or XRP, but an actual legitimate currency that you're going to be sending to friends, family, buying Starbucks with, um, just because of the transaction speeds. Like that's where it really kicks ass. Like I said, guys, like if you guys are new to live stream and you guys are gonna, be in any future ones, typically what happens is like we load up, we say hello, I go over like my, how BTC, ETH, EOS, maybe ADA, Litecoin, all the coins that I care about, because I'm here for you guys, obviously, but um, I'm doing the things that I like. Right, I'm playing the way that I want to play. Right. And then obviously, if I do successful with it and you guys want to follow, that's up to you. All right. And then after that, we kind of just chat. I look at messages, questions, and we just talk. What caused the hard Kite, you caused the hardcover of I'm sorry, man. I'm sorry if I caused that. I have the audio the not the audiobook, the digital copy. Yeah, let me go to my play library. Um this is the book right. Oh, ow. Right here. Right. You see the name up here? Harmonic Elliott Wave, the case for modification of R.N. Elliott's impulse wave structure by Ian Copesley. Great book. Why don't you accept BTC for the Telegram channel? Um, I just I want to make taxes as easy as possible. Because the Telegram channel, what that allows me to do is not pull anything out of crypto. for many, many months, I was only making roughly around $1,500 to $2,000 on the Patreon, which was more than enough to pay for my my daily expenses and my bills. So that allowed me to kind of live freely, make the money on crypto, stash it in the USDT, worry about taxes later. And with this explosion in the channel, we're making almost 7 grand a month off of Patreon, which I can't say thank you enough. It allows me to send extra money to my father every single month. Um, I and obviously this month, since this is the month where it kind of exploded, I do want to give back to you guys. Um, so I was planning on what are we sitting at right now on the channel? Uh, we are sitting at 8.41K subscribers. Um, depending on how fast it happens, because I do want to do it like around maybe not the beginning of this month, but the beginning of next month. I want to do a giveaway. I got some extra money from the last $100 account challenge, and obviously with the extra income from the Patreon, I just want to say thank you. We'll see what when that rolls around. Uh, Tuna Melt, thank you for a question not about crypto. This is awesome. I never get these. Um, just kidding. I get plenty of them. Thank you, Kite. Top 3 movies. Um, when it comes to like thriller action movie, uh, The Gentleman. Uh, this is a hard one because I have so many favorite movies. Um, I don't know if this counts as a movie, but the CE5 documentary by Dr. Stephen Greer. Right, there's a lot of people that are like, oh, Dr. Stephen Greer, he's a scam artist, but even if he's a scam artist, what he's saying is actually true, which is what matters, I think. Um, and then for my final pick, uh, shoot, man. Um, Once Upon a Time in Hollywood or Django. Anything Quentin Tarantino. All right. So my third spot is anything Quentin Tarantino. And this might cause some controversial statements, but my most hated movie of all time is Uncut Gems. It's a good movie, but my problem with it is everybody is screaming the entire time, and it's aggravating to watch a chronic gambler. Because what I do, like I've gone from a chronic gambler with leverage trading to a calculated trader. And then to watch other people go through chronic gambling over and over and over again and make dumb decisions is the most aggravating thing I can ever say. Like that, I hate it. I hate it. We have not TP'd on the short. Kai, what is Elliott Wave? Oh, buddy. That's a long-winded statement. It's a different way of viewing market structure. That's like putting a pair of glasses on for the first time. You say 800? No, we have 150 Patreon members so far, and that's about $6,200 that goes into my pocket at the end of the month. And I was just saying thank you because, like I said, the most I think we've ever had on Patreon was like $3,000 a month. And I thought that was crazy. And then Ryan brought me on the channel, and all of a sudden, I got extra money here. So it allows me to do things. Like I went out, like I said, I don't like pulling money out of crypto. Um, Obviously, I cash out to USDT, but I've made more money than I can fathom, and I have to find a professional to make sure that I can get everything out safely. All right. So the Patreon definitely helps me get by. I can pull out a lot of crypto that I invested. Um, so I still got that as a backup plan. And obviously, like I still have everything timestamped. Like I use Coin Tracker linked up to my Bybit API. So like when it comes to like legalities, like I have all of my trades timestamped and everything like that. Um, so that's not the issue. But I just want to make sure that I do everything right because I'm a 21-year-old kid. Like I'm super smart when it comes to trading and all this stuff, but I don't want to get caught up and go to jail for something just because I was smart. All right. Any advice for smaller day trade practice? If you're going to scalp, don't use a lot of money. Do do not use a lot of money. I would say even use a testnet account, man. Scalping's for chumps. I'm gonna say it right now, scalping's for chumps. A certain type of style of scalping is for chumps. All right. If you're doing it calculated, like if you take the same exact principles that we continuously talk about on these bigger time frames and apply that to the smaller time frames, but also remembering what the bigger time frames are trying to do at the moment, that's when scalping becomes effective. But if you're simply just literally gambling, that is not scalping. All right. There's a big difference between what people think and what reality is in this market. All right. And there's too much false information out there and false perspectives. All right. One YouTuber I watch referred to Tether as a Ponzi scheme. I've seen all the comments and concerns about Tether. Is it a Ponzi scheme? I don't think so. Is there legality issues? Yes. But I'm confident with it right now. Now, obviously, I don't have all of my money in Tether. I have a good amount just hodling Bitcoin. Like I said, I don't trust anything. I don't trust banks. I don't trust myself. I don't trust you. I don't trust Bybit. I make sure that I look at all of the information equally and hedge my bets. All right. That kind of came off weird because it sounds like I don't love or trust anybody. I love people and I trust some people. But when it comes to like the security of my future, I rather be safe than sorry. All right. All throughout my life, I've had people screw me over and over again. I'm just trying to do right by me and everybody else around me. Whether they reciprocate that back to me, that's their problem. That's cosmic karma on a whole different scale. I can't deal with it. I got to do this. Why don't you move your stop loss? Because I'm not scared. All right. I'm in a wonderful position. All right. What would moving my stop loss to right here do for me? All right. What if we have a small blip to the upside? I get stopped down and it comes back down. All right. You have to give price action room to breathe. Otherwise, you're constricting yourself. Yeah, we can put on like some carbon bass or something. Yeah, like I've been getting differing opinions. Some people like music on in the background. Some people don't. You know, I'm just trying to make sure that I do by right. I think silence is like the middle ground because I don't think there's anything below silence except for me not talking, just staring at you guys. I guess that's a good volume. Tell me if it's not. Jeez, no wonder you are single. Um, I've had some messed up things happen. Um, I got burned a couple times. Right now, I figured, hey, I'm making good money, and like, I'm not stressed about it. There's so many people out here that are trying to get into relationships because they don't love themselves. Right? I know for a fact that I'm not up to par with what I think I should be. All right. So I'm not going to go try to find somebody to fill that void. That's selfish. I know myself better than that. All right. So I'm not searching. When it happens, it happens. Because when you go searching, that's when you lower your standards. And I'm not talking about the way somebody looks or anything like that or what's in their bank account. I'm not talking about those standards. All right. I'm talking about them as a person and what their morals are. So the first wave of an Elliott wave trend is going to happen organically and it's going to look like an ABC. It's hard to spot. So usually like when you start trading, you want to look for the one to already be developed and then you're either looking to short the top of the one or you're looking for to long the two, and that's where like you can really start doing it very well. So we preaching today. Yes, we are. We're preaching every day, man. Dude, my granddad's a preacher. My granddad has a PhD in theological studies. I guess I get it from him. One of my favorite patterns to trade, anything that has to do with flats. I don't like diagonal patterns. I hate them actually. Diagonal patterns, I don't even get me started on diagonal patterns. But head and shoulders, double tops, throw those at me any day. I got them. It's because I have all this pressure, like from my mom. My mom's always, because obviously she wants grandkids and stuff like that. But I'm like, you already got grandkids. Why do you need more from me? But her mom always told her that if a man is not married by 30, it's because there's something wrong with him. I'll tell you right now, there is something wrong with me. I'm not the average person. All right. There's a lot wrong with me. So much existential crisis. It can, I can burn a church down with words. Been places and seen things that have left my mind in such a mess that I'm just trying to maintain a human's perspective at this point. It's a struggle. It's a struggle. I mean, yeah, I got a Spotify profile. It's Jojo X Austin. You spell Austin with an O instead of an I if you want to add me. Kite, I'm trying to understand. What if I leave a leverage trade overnight? Well, I mean, are you scared? um, I'll say this right now. If you're planning proper trades, there's not a single thing that you can do to change the outcome. The market is going to do what it does. All you can do is decide where you enter, why you enter, and how much you're risking. Whether or not the trade works out, that's up to the market. Go to bed. It doesn't change a single thing. You're sitting there staring at the charts. Some of the best trades or the happiest times is when I've set up a good trade. I go to sleep because there's no point in worrying about it. And I wake up and I'm in good profit. That is the best thing for your mental health. Because then you get good sleep and you're happy when you wake up. How many days can you honestly say that happens? They'll get taken to the cleaner's kite. I don't know anybody that's gotten married in their 20s and still married in their 30s. I was trying to find an example in my life. Maybe my grandparents, but that's a different time. You ain't got a lot of options. You ain't got Tinder when you're from the early 1900s. Yeah, like that's why I never show my Bybit accounts. Like I have these challenge accounts and everything like that. Um, and my money is safer than Fort Knox. All right, nobody's touching my stuff. I've had people that have reached out to blackmail me, saying they like have photos of me, doing dirty stuff. And they're like, "Hey, I'll send it to your entire family," and I'm like, "Do it, man." You know how funny that would be? And like, I literally replied, "Send it to my ex-girlfriend. Send it to my mom. Send it to my dad. You don't know who you're talking to, what I've done. I've messed up before, and I've done stuff like that." So, you know, uh, and like, I got a response back from him, which I was not expecting. He said, "Dude, WTF?" I was like, "What were you expecting?" Because he was trying to get me to pay 30 grand. What's your favorite psychedelic? LSD, because it's more easily controllable. Shrooms can get a little bit out of control, but I do think they're healthier in terms of like what you actually get out of them, in terms of stuff you can actually apply to your life. I'm not saying that LSD you can't. Um, DMT is really good in some ways, really bad in other ways, because DMT, it shows you that there is something greater, but now you have no clue what that is. You have no clue what that is. And that's the problem. Now you're worried about it because nobody has the answer. Right? All these little monkeys on this planet are running around with the little spears and nukes talking about this god's better, this god's this, when in reality, we have no clue. It is so much more beyond, and trying to figure that out is just not what we're here for. We're here to learn how to love in hell, because that makes heaven so much sweeter. My parents must be proud. My dad is very proud. My mom, she's proud, but she has no clue how this all works. So she still calls it like drug money, um, which I understand. Um, leave the house for 3 years, but you can afford a car. That's more than the houses around you. Made racks on that last drop. Love to hear, man. How much am I risking per trade? I'm risking 20%. No, I'm risking 5% of my portfolio. And depending on how you have the calculator set up, that's going to determine your leverage. If you don't know what calculator I'm talking about, you can go to my channel, look up the best tool for leverage traders, how to use the risk reward calculator. It will explain that. I would recommend, so if you want a quick and simple, easy, direct method, yeah, go smoke some DMT. But what I've learned is that you have to do it naturally. All right, you have to learn how this vibrational highway system works. All right, get there naturally. It's going to feel a lot greater. Still feels great. Don't get me wrong. I do trade for a living. I've been trading for a living for the past 3 years. I worked at Target for a little bit, but there was something that made me quit. That was just god awful. And then in order to get early release from high school, I had to go work at Buffalo Wild Wings. I didn't have to work at Buffalo Wild Wings, but I had to get a job. I ended up working at Buffalo Wild Wings for 2 years, from 17 to 19. And I liked it. But then I started to trade with money left over from the bull market from 2016, 2017. Made a lot of money and never looked back. No, I have not done Elliott Wave 3 on weed. I don't smoke weed anymore. I did when I was 18 years old to 19 years old. A lot when I was 18, a moderate amount when I was 19, and I stopped on like the latter half of when I was 19. There's been a couple times where like I might take a puff. My roommate did something stupid, ended up getting me high. Which was not a fun experience because I had sessions that day. So if you were involved in any of those sessions, you are one of the very few people that have ever heard me speak while completely blasted out of my mind. I tried my best. I'm so sorry. You can blame my roommate. That was not my intention, and I even had to cancel a session because at some point I was like, I'm done. I can't do this anymore. But I'm completely sober nowadays. I do everything naturally, man. Do some Wim Hof, do some meditation. Pop yourself out of your body. Go get attacked by a bear real quick. You'll be fine. I'm looking for the bearishness to end around like 1515 on ETH, and then 49,347 on Bitcoin. What's the natural way of getting there? For me, it's a combination of transcendental meditation and Wim Hof. If you didn't grow up a white guy with money, why did you choose such a small dog? I really didn't choose fish. It kind of just happened because I wanted a dog. So at my job, I asked around. I was like, does anybody have any puppies for sale? And it just turns out that it was a pug. I was like, perfect. I'll name him Fish. And I picked him up like a couple days later. So, it's just kind of like coincidental. But I love him. I have not watched Trader's Reality Channel. Like I said, like I've gotten to a point where I'm confident in my own technical analysis, and I really don't have to go out and look at other people's channels. I did very early on. I looked at Filicone, Crypto Revolution, and Crown Crypto. Those are my top 3. But now it's just me and you guys. What am I snacking on lately? A lot of air fried food, man. I picked up an air fryer and I've been just trying out anything. Pizza rolls turned out great. Hot Pockets turned out great. French fries turned out great. Uh, chicken nuggets from McDonald's that were in the refrigerator overnight turned out great. Leftover wings turned out great. Anytizers, chicken turned out great. The only thing that I've had a failure on when it comes to the air fryer was personal pizzas by DiGiorno, which is unfortunate because if that would have worked, it would have been done. 300 pounds would be me. Like if your margin equals 5% of your account and your planned on stop loss is 1%, then 100x leverage makes sense. But I would say in this range right now, a 2% stop loss is like the lowest I would go personally. So that would mean you're using 50x leverage. I have to go with the immediate scenario. There is a possibility that we have already reached the top of the market, but I have to play it year by year. I can't just make that assumption right away. To me, we have not done a proper retest of the break of the uptrend. We need to create an ABC retest. How do I manage to be constantly profitable? I use risk-reward ratio to my advantage to make sure that even if I lose a couple trades, I only take one trade to make back my losses. Now, when I say that, a lot of people go, oh, so you're increasing your bet. No, I'm actually decreasing my bet because my account is falling in value. But because of risk-reward ratio, it can put me back into profit. Is the music too loud, guys? I just want to make sure, because when it comes to like the audio, it's so kind of skewed because I have a mixer, so I can individually change the sound that's going to my headphones, but I don't know if it's too loud on the actual live stream. I'll turn it down just in case. Try 400 degrees for 6 minutes to 7 minutes with French fries. Maybe even 5 minutes if they're super thin French fries. Like the crinkle cut ones, I put those in there for like I think 6 minutes, 7 minutes, something like that, and they turn out great. What are you eating to get so smart? Curiosity. And I think what made I hate using that term because I'm smart in certain subjects, but the one thing that as a kid, I absolutely hated my brain. All right, because I am almost positive that I had ADHD as a kid and now I have adult ADD. All right, I had extreme ADD as a kid. And I hated it because, so I'm absolutely grateful that my mom did not put me on Adderall, Visine, Concerta, or anything like that. I don't think that is good whatsoever for a developing brain. So I had to learn ways to cope. And I hopped around from subject to subject, hobby to hobby. I was never consistent. I never found anything that stuck. But every single time that I would get interested in something, I would research the hell out of it. I remember as a kid, like I would take shit apart, put it back together with all sorts of stuff. My Xbox, radios, computers, just taking shit apart, putting them back together. I would look into sleep studies, astral projection, the Bible, entrepreneurial stuff, just a really broad spectrum that makes no sense individually. But then when you think, like, later on, I realized how a lot of that stuff kind of links together, and because I learned this subject, it makes this subject easier, and they just kind of stacked on top of each other. It's like it was just uncapped potential. That's all. But like I really hated it as a kid. Where would you be if not for crypto? Probably pursuing a technological career, probably as a network engineer. Because I have my A plus. I was looking to get my Net Plus and all the stuff that comes along with that. Um, that was my game plan. But then I made money. I said, okay, and yeah, that was that. But you still taking and read 3 books in one night? Yeah. So like I've used Adderall, right? But when I did, I haven't, like, I never had an amphetamine until I was 20 years old. So the way I looked at it was, as long as I'm using it safely and I'm not, you know, I'm not, I don't like pills whatsoever. But I was offered one and I tried it. And it was like putting a pair of glasses on for the first time. I could actually sit and think clearly. It was such a weird feeling to me that if I was not in control of my emotions as much as I am, which I definitely am not on par with some people like David Goggins who can push themselves through anything, um, I could have very easily gotten addicted because it was such a foreign but yet pleasing feeling to me. But I wasn't like going crazy and doing the dishes, the laundry, making my bed, vacuuming the floor. I was just able to sit. And that's what I found awesome. So I figured, hey, my brain has developed enough as long as I'm using it safely and for a purpose, not just because I want to feel that way all the time. Because ADD is not a bad thing. It's a very good thing. And because if you're interested in the subject, you take it more seriously and you have more fun with it. Therefore, because you have more fun, you do better with it. But when it comes to sitting down and going through a lot of information, it's just almost impossible. Like with that Harmonic Elliott Wave book, it is so like tightly packed with information, and each page has so much to unpack that I needed a boost, or not even a boost, but I needed my glasses, my metaphorical glasses. Michael, the DoorDash here sucks. That's all I can say. But it's a nice, peaceful, quiet place. So that's what I like about it. So there is going to be bullish divergence in a downtrend, right? But you're looking for the overall trend to continue. Like, yeah, there might be bullish divergence, but have we broken the downtrend yet? That's the big difference. Evan, thank you very much, man. I appreciate it. I don't think you need to go that deep with it, to be honest. Amadio, I think that's how you pronounce it. Just look at the stock to flow. The stock to flow is only calling for $100,000, and we have a we have a fifth wave target of $105,000 on the macros. So I'm pretty confident to say, stock to flow, Elliott wave, all projecting the same thing. Could we go further past $100,000? Absolutely. We can go to 110, 120, 130, 140, 150. All right. I'm going to be cashing out my money at roughly 98 grand. All right. Now, a lot of that's going to be sitting in USDT. So I'm just going to go ahead, and if there is more upwards movement, I can always long and leverage trade it. I don't need to have my money in the market in terms of in Bitcoin. I can make the trades. What do you recommend for me with 3K invested in alts and 1K? I think you got it backwards, man. I think you should have 3K invested in BTC and ETH, and then 1K invested in altcoins. I want to be a trader full time. What do you think the safest thing is to do? If you have $4,000, all right, I would use between 5 to 10% of that to start a trading account. All right. And then see what you can do with it. All right. The monetary gain might not be as motivating because you're not making hundreds or thousands of dollars per trade. All right. But if you can turn a $400 account into $2,000 with an actual legitimate system and not just gambling, then you can be confident to put more money in and say, if I can turn 400 into 2,000, I can turn 4,000 into 20,000. Now, is that a guarantee? No, it's not. It's never a guarantee, ever. All right. But that is my advice. All right. Not financial advice, just human to human advice. Price predictions for ETH, $3,100 by the next 2 months. Do you consider trading more difficult during the bear market? Absolutely not. It is such a fun time during a bear market. All right. Because drops tend to happen faster than actual upwards movement. So money comes in quicker. And if you're trading, obviously, then you can pick up more of whatever coin you got. If you're an absolute beginner, don't start with me. Go start with Crypto Revolutions. Get the terminology down. What is a MACD? What is an RSI? Basic patterns, like the bare minimum of what it means to be a trader. And then you can come over to me, kind of see how I do things. I focus not so much on patterns, but price levels and mathematics, which is definitely more complicated on the surface, but it's really not. But you do need a good understanding of the absolute basics. How do you manage emotions? Simply don't have any. Cut yourself off from the world. I'm just kidding. Constant practice. Being a constant listener and watcher of your ego instead of identifying with it. All right, very hippy dippy, but you need to be able to be sitting here at the computer, and when you got your finger about to click the left mouse button and you're about to hit that buy long, you need to be able to say to yourself right before you do it, is this FOMO? And be honest. Right? Because the monkey might have been guiding you through that process of putting in the long, but the actual moment of decision, that's up to the watcher. All right, decision moments are the watcher. Guiding moments are usually the monkey and dopamine. How long did it take you to be a profitable trader? About a year. I made substantial profit when I was not a profitable trader, but being a profitable trader is because like I said, I made a lot of money when I was just gambling, but it was pure luck. I don't know if it's because I'm Irish, but it was pure luck. Um, but I definitely lost a lot after that luck ran out. I didn't really get confident with my calls and be able to trust myself until about a year in. So don't rush anything. If you're honest about trying to do this, it's going to take some time, and it's also going to depend on how much time do you have to dedicate this per day. I was doing this every single day, looking up videos, reading books, actually trading and practicing. All right, so if you only have a couple hours a week to do this, it's gonna take a lot more time. Don't you want to lock your profits in on this trade? No, because I think it's gonna go further. I turned $100 into $100 grand in 2 months, but that was a little bit extreme. All right, I was trying to prove something to myself, and I honestly didn't think I was going to be able to go that far. But I like a lot of people go like I had somebody in the Telegram that was like, "Can you post the profit logs and the proof and all this?" And I was like, "Dude, I did it all live on YouTube. I posted like I would go on live every single day, and this is the trade we're in, or maybe we just took profit on this trade. Here's the account balance now." And I did like a $100 account challenge update, but I I never made like fancy thumbnails. I never put it in the title as like the primary thing, because the $100 account challenge, although crazy and would have brought a lot of attention to my channel, was not the intention. I did not want that to be a publicity stunt, because that also brings a lot of negative attention. You have a whole bunch of people walking in here that are salty that they lost, their wives' spending accounts, uh, gambling, and they're like, "This 21-year-old kid doesn't know more than me." Well, guess what? I might not know more than you about certain subjects, but I've been doing this long enough, and I've had enough failures to learn from my mistakes. Just because you're mad and you can't learn from yours does not make my situation uh, the same as yours. How long have you traded when you made those huge gains? Oh, so I've been trading for 3.5 years. When I was 14, and I was a freshman in high school, I went down to Walmart. I took $8 and I bought a box of Airheads. I sold that box of Airheads for $22, and then I bought more Airheads, and I made more money. And then I bought Cokes and Dr. Peppers and Mountain Dews and Takis and other types of candies. And I was basically a drug dealer of candy in my high school. So I turned $8 investment into 13 grand, and I turned that into Bitcoin. And I made a decent amount of money off the bull market. I did not sell. I lost 260 grand. And to walk into high school in the morning and have lost $260,000 over the last couple of weeks/months was not a good time for me in my mental state. I have no clue, man. I started the $100 account challenge on November 24th, I believe. So if you want to go try, it was between November. I started it like late November, and then it ended. The last update I gave on the $100 account was when we were sitting at 55K, because at that point, it was getting attraction to the channel, and my channel was kind of blowing up, and I saw way too many people coming to my channel, getting interested because they see this 21-year-old kid turn $100 into 55K, and they go, "Oh, this must be the easiest thing in the world," and then they start dumping money into it, not understanding how much gosh darn time I've put into this in order to learn how to do something like that, at least somewhat safely, and efficiently, and then they lose their money. I don't want people to lose money. Obviously, when you do this, when you're practicing, when you're learning, you're going to lose money, but you should never lose more money than what is necessary. Keep your tuition costs low. All right. You can trade with no money at all. It's called testnet.bybit.com. Practice, practice, practice. All right. Please, I am just here to talk and try to help some people. The last thing I want is blood on my hands because somebody lost all their money. That would suck. Um, I never really played WoW or Diablo. I played Torchlight 2, which is kind of like Diablo, but a little bit more like, I guess you can call it like kiddish because it's a little bit more cartoony. I don't use Bollinger Bands. I just use RSI, MACD, and Price Action and Elliott Wave. How did you get over your loss of 270K the first time? How did I get over that? I think it was just like time and perspective. And like I kept reminding myself that Bitcoin is still a good idea, and I didn't sell. I didn't sell. So like that, I've made that $260,000 back plus some. I held throughout the entire bear market. So I just kept reminding myself it's gonna come back, and obviously like that sounds hopeful, but when it comes to Bitcoin and the actual just supply and demand mathematics, it's not just hopeful, it's almost a pure certainty. As long as, nothing catastrophic happened. What is my current goal? Um, I don't quite know. I would say 40,000 before before we hit the top. Uh, but yeah. I don't know. With this one, I'm not trying to set any lofty goals on myself. Because with the $100 account, I was saying like we're gonna get to $1 million, and stuff like that. But I wasn't lying when I said that. It was just kind of like I was trying to convince myself we were going to get $2 million, because I always try to aim above the target to hit the target. So let's say that I was aiming to get to $100,000. Right? What if I only made 10 grand because of that? But because of me aiming for $1 million, I hit 100,000. All right, it's just a difference in mindset. That's the way I like to think about it. Eric, hello. How you doing? Uh, Is there such thing as natural traders? Yes. All right, if you want to find a natural trader, find somebody that's good at chess. Because trading is no different. It's about thinking several steps ahead and seeing what options the market has and what options it has for each of those options after that. So if you wanna practice, if you wanna get better at trading, play some chess. That's my advice. It should be soothing too because there's no money involved, except for buying the actual chess set. Um, I pulled 100% out of BTC on Friday, anticipating a correction to accumulate low. Um, Not a bad idea. Uh, I'm looking for it to come down to about $49,000. Let me make sure I'm saying that correctly. Yes, 49,600. But thank you, man. I appreciate the donation. So for anybody, how many we got? 253. So for anybody new in here, let's just go over one last time because I'm going to be hopping off soon. I'm starting to get a little bit worn out. I'm sorry. My eyes can only go for so long looking at all the small text. But we've been streaming for how long today? Hold on. We've been streaming for about 2 hours so far. All right, so I'm gonna go over BTC and ETH real quick before we head out. All right, so BTC is currently sitting on its neckline. All right, so we have a double top right here. All right, we have a double top, and we have a neckline right here at 53,727. So once we break that, that's probably when we're going to see Ethereum start dumping and a lot of the other coins. And then when it comes to what the target is, all right, so we have an uptrend and the uptrend's been broken. So we take the top and bottom of the uptrend, we target the 0.382. Now, obviously, it's not just going to be just the 0.382. You find the 0.382 and you're looking to see if there's legitimate historical price action that has a local low correlated to the 0.382. So I would be looking to long these two levels right here. From me personally, not financial advice for you. There is a possible chance that we do a little bit of a descending triangle, which would kind of suck, to be honest, if you're asking me. But it is a possibility. But yeah, that's what I'm looking for BTC. I'm looking for us to drop down to about 49,600 at the minimum. 47,000 at the most. Possible chance for a double bottom off of that, but I don't really think so, to be honest. And then after that, I am looking for us to go to about $77,000 and then have a correction there. And then after that correction, we should see the final push up to 90 to 100K, which is going to be pretty cool. And then for Ethereum, same kind of situation, just a little bit further ahead in the process. Like I said, Ethereum tends to be ahead of everybody else. So right now, Ethereum had a head and shoulders, and we've broken that head and shoulders out to the downside with a target of 1440. But like always, we have the top and bottom of the uptrend. We take the top and bottom. We target the 0.382. You can see that there is a local low correlated to the 0.382. So I would be looking to long these two levels right here. All right, and then after that, we're looking for the 1.618 at about 2,464. Probably a correction somewhere around there. Give it about $100 or $200, give or take. And then after that correction, probably back down to like 2,200, 2,150. Then we should see a final push to 3K. And that is the top of the fifth wave on the macros. So I'm not going to say it, but could be the top of the bull market. Did you name fish after the band? No. My mom told me that getting a dog wasn't a good idea, so I told her I got a fish. I kept telling her about fish and how he was growing, and I was gonna bring him over to her house soon, and she thought I was weird. And then I walk in there with a dog named Fish, and she's like, "Oh my god, my grandbaby!" Oh, hello. Yeah, the point 382 is actually the point 618 in reverse. Right, but because we're going up, right, 1 plus 1.61 0.618 equals 1.618. Fibonacci. Fibonacci. Do you have a good book recommendation on trading or just books? Um, it's gonna be Trading in the Zone by Mark Douglas. I hold on. I might have that book, but I didn't think it was all that good compared because I read it in this order. So no, I don't have Elliott Wave Principle by AJ Frost. I have Mastering Elliott Wave Principle. I read Visual Guide to Elliott Wave Trading first, and then I read Harmonic Elliott Wave: The Case for Modification. And hands down, this book is the best. Just hands down. What is your happiest moment so far? Being able to help my dad with the money I've made. I fund my Bybit account through EOS, and then I convert it to whatever asset I'm trading on Bybit with the asset exchange they have. But all right, guys, I think I'm gonna start packing it up, saying goodbye. I'm pretty hungry. I've not eaten today. I had some chicken nuggets at 6 a.m. But besides that, I have not eaten anything else. So I'm gonna go get some food. I'm probably gonna take a nap, and try to get this mesh Wi-Fi working to the best it can, because right now, like, the connection's good, but the speeds aren't good. Which, I mean, it's good for what I need, to be honest. But I'm trying to get better. Francis, peace, man. Mike, see you, buddy. Michael, thank you very much, man. I appreciate it. House Grinds, same. BL, thank you very much, man. E. Carlson, good luck to you too, buddy. Profit Taker, bye. Thank you for your stream, mate. Thank you, man. I appreciate it. Hope to see you next time. What? I don't know what the THARP test is. Jose, thank you, man. I appreciate it. Try some broccoli. I'll try, man. I can't. I don't know. Warner, you have a good day to you too, man. Paul, thank you very much, man. Victor, Jack, what's straight? Iron, John, Curtis, thank you guys. I appreciate it. Sherry. Asho, bro. Cheers, buddy. Thank you very much, man. Tom. Bye-bye. Like your stream so much, bro. Thank you very much, man. I appreciate it. Azeroth. Thanks, Kite. Thank you, man. I appreciate it. All right, guys. I appreciate your time. Thank you very much for coming, as always. Like I said, I have a giveaway planned for, let's see, next month is what? April? So I have a giveaway planned for May. All right. So that's up and coming. Obviously, I don't want to start talking about it too soon, but just know I'm very grateful for the amount of people that have signed up for the Patreon. It's absolutely ridiculous. I try my best to tell everybody, you don't have to sign up for the Patreon. You really don't. All right. Streams are good enough. The information in the Telegram. There's a couple things that are good, but mostly what you're paying for is just real-time access to my thoughts. That's it. But if you're here to learn, just know that if you don't have the capital right now, these streams are the best option. All right, even better than the Telegram if you got the time. That's the only difference. All right. I appreciate you. Thank you very much. I'll see you tomorrow. Probably around 12 p.m., 2 p.m., somewhere around there. But, all right, guys. Let's go ahead and end it. This is always my my least favorite part because I look like a dummy because I'm trying to go over here and get it all set up. All right. I guess we'll pick the outro song again live because people always ask me what the songs are, what my playlist is, all that kind of stuff. So I guess it's just better if I do it on the screen. Kentel, thank you very much, man. I appreciate it. little outro donation. Thank you very much, man. I'm gonna play "Peace of Mind 4" by Whit Lowry. I play it a lot, to be honest. But just if you like the music I play, like listen to the lyrics. All right, this song is so personal to me. All right, because he talks about working as a cashier, making more money in the last day than he's made in the last year. How he has a lot of people waiting on what he's going to say. Because, sometimes like the pressure does kind of fold down on me. I try my best to make sure I'm putting good information out there because I'm not here to make money. So I don't have like this heartless goal. And to think that there's some people in this chat that might take what I say and misinterpret it and lose money, just the thought of that is so disgusting because I would hate to be the reason why someone lost money. That's all. So this song right here, it's very personal to me. So if you guys want to stick around and listen to it, just know that this song is, if he didn't write it, I probably would someday, to be honest. So, all right, guys, bye.
Yeah, I hate it when you're here, but you're not here. Hate it when you're friends from the old peers. Hate it when you talk, but you don't hear. Hate it when your energy feels weird. Last time I think I laughed, it was last year. Made more money last month than the past year. When everything feels fake, only facts here. I remember working back as a cashier. Simple at times, I would spend 3 weeks till the page is empty. They hang on every word I fucking say. Well, I appreciate you, wait for my perspective. Gotta keep it real, there's something else in play. Something I can't explain, yeah. Like the lyrics I find in my mind will put in my brain, damn. Is it really that deep? Maybe it's me. Then one day I came across what the Romans believed, and even the Greek. You see, they believe we create from our genius, not in our genes. That got me to think about rappers who claim that they're more than just human. Promote what they pour in their drink. What's making me think I needed a substance to create with something that wasn't in me. But pardon me, please, fuck all that nonsense. I believe that my music is bigger than me, if I'm being honest. And I think that it's slave for an artist to claim they're a god or a goddess. Because that type of thinking is silently killing off all of our artists. All the industry profit filling their wallets. Damn. Feel like I'm on a hamster wheel. While I focus on making the music you don't need your hands to feel. Is it fair when we follow our passion we barely can land a meal? In an industry where they can take, they don't need hands to steal. They told me go get a degree. We're stupid for following dreams. Your job is to push me to think and say you just heard of the sheep. I spill out my soul in the eat. I told them I need to pursue what I love. If not, then I'm making this money for what? Buy shit from a brain like by someone that does. I needed to find out who I really was now. They would never get it. Said I couldn't do it, so they were sure when I did it. They never could see the vision, they never wanted me winning. I never needed opinion, I never was one to fit it. Too fast to follow along, then I bring it back in a minute. I take the beat for a trip and I bring it back when I'm finished. I see my room as a woman, I better grow while I'm in it. I'm living, but am I living? I can't even tell the difference. since the last 4 lines has been about 1 week. Anxiety hit me real hard and I think I've been sacrificing my own mental to prove the potential in me with the music they see. Cause the more that I'm making, the more that they need. The more that I'm open, the more that I bleed. The more that they lie and the less I believe. The more that I please them, the less that I'm me. I've been back and forth daily. Am I even making art? Did the art make me? No wonder why I'm feeling lost lately. Do they hate the art? Do they really hate me? They're so negative on the daily. But I don't need your help. To me, I'm twice as mean. Yeah, I'm twice as mean. It's seeming like your dream is really only taking shots at my self-esteem, motherfucker. You question why you should care. Like this don't affect what I do. But maybe, just maybe, if you change your thinking, then you will find you start believing in you. You see, as a human, you're made to create, not just sit at a desk with some paper and glue. And maybe, just maybe, we do have a genius. So all of the blame and the praise is for two. Damn. So who am I when the world tells me who I should be? Look around, you'll see ideas are essential as air and sleep. Everything you see, it came from the mind of a human being. That's mind-blowing. You're not your mistakes and the fears you think. And I think I need to pray and take care of myself more. Deep hidden in my mind's where you'll find peace of mind. Four.
Feeling like I gotta go now. Time is passing me, I need to slow down.
If there's one thing I know, I'm supposed to be different. And I know that I'm distant, I don't understand it. I'm usually drifting into an abusive existence. Why I got into this? Always been driven, it's all that I know. And the reason I'm gifted with painting these pictures they claim as magnificent. Why can't I see it? I feel like I'm missing it. Search for the infinite. What the fuck does that mean? Heaven to hell, fade into nothing, or are we just stuck in the world in between? We just wait for our time to be called to the test. Reflect to the day that we're laid down to rest. Tell me, why do we have to lose someone we love just to find out that we were too scared to connect? Sometimes I'm feeling like an alien. Most days I really just can't fit in. And I've always been dealing with abandonment. Truth is, I don't know if I can handle this. With anxiety, the only way to manage it is meditating with a couple dozen candles lit. Behind stage, I can feel my body panicking, staring blank out at the crowd like a mannequin. Would you miss me? And if I was to leave, would you give me a standing ovation? And would you be proud of the music I made and the thousands of lives that I'm saving? And will I go down as a person who somehow impacted a whole generation? I wish that I knew. I guess I'll just patiently wait till the day that I'm taken. I think I'm an alien.
Like I gotta go now, go now. Time is passing me, I need to slow down, slow down. And I think I might have come from outer space. I'm different than the people in this place. Maybe I'm an alien. I feel just like an alien. Sometimes I'm feeling like an alien. I'm an alien. Maybe I'm an alien. Sometimes I feel like an alien.
Moving forward, then before I know it, I'm back in my room feeling paranoid. Thinking back, wondering if I was ever different. Always letting people in that were barely loyal. Put my walls down, then I get myself in a bind. Left in the dust, tell me, am I crossing your mind? I wonder if they listen every time that I rhyme, or if my name just faded through the waves of time. I say I'm fine, but I don't even know what that means. The grass on the other side is not what it seems. They're manipulating you with all the internet schemes, just to convince you to buy fancier things. Fell victim to the lust, didn't know how to flee. And the Illuminati is probably as real as we think. They're making money off of people getting sick in their sleep. I can no longer pretend, I'ma finally speak. Digging deeper in the industry, every person's a diva. They wanna get something from me and cut me down as a leader. I prefer to be alone, but I still want someone to be there. Cause half of my team is missing, they left me in this arena. Like damn, fans show me more respect than my friends do. I've been losing a little more than I planned to. This is the life that I've chosen now. With an army following, gotta hold it down. Would you miss me? And if I was to leave, would you give me a standing ovation? And would you be proud of the music I made and the thousands of lives that I'm saving? And will I go down as a person who somehow impacted a whole generation? I wish that I knew. I guess I'll just patiently wait till the day that I'm taken. I think I'm an alien.
Like I gotta go
deep in your pocket. No, I don't care of the price I pay. I don't wanna spend my life that way. Tell me, is the pain that you're causing worth what you profit?
Yeah, they say that money don't buy happiness, just beautiful things. But I wouldn't mind the extra time and peace of mind that it brings. I wouldn't mind if I could afford AC in the spring, or for the heat in the winter, not being bitter, but they live like kings. And here we are in one bedroom we can barely afford, hanging sheets up on the walls just to mimic the doors. Can barely afford to pay for a Ford while you pay for your Porsche. See where I'm from, nobody makes it to Forbes, and I'm so tired of this dead-end job. While I was working last night, my fucking car got robbed. There's glass everywhere, I'm searching for the things I lost, all the things I bought. You steal from me just to cut your cost. My mom's worked the whole life just to give me a life to live, so I spill my fucking soul and give everything I can give. I think we can agree that Sally Mae is a bitch, and there's gotta be more to life than this. Why do you let us
hurt one another just for the dollar? Did you lose your heart in the darkness deep in your pocket? No, I don't care of the price I pay. I don't wanna spend my life that way. Tell me, is the pain that you're causing worth what you profit?
Yeah, another day, another bill. Lately hating how I feel. Need a tax refund just to buy a fucking meal. Your follows on your socials essential for signing deals. Man, it's crazy how a fake affects a room full of real. My boss told me turn tables. I told him tables will turn when I'm laughing at what I make in a day is more than you earn. The way to start to laugh, like to mention that is absurd, but they never focus their vision. The vision focus is blurred, and they think I'm out of my mind or ahead of my time, or I'm the one that grinds and puts himself on the line. To learn how to win, you have to lose 100 times. Honestly, I think that losing is better than not trying. They say, make money, don't let the money make you. The question is, what if it's the only thing to save you? Would you sell your soul for a price if they paid you, or would you keep it real and stay you? Why do you let us
hurt one another just for the dollar? Did you lose your heart in the darkness deep in your pocket? No, I don't care of the price I pay. I don't wanna spend my life that way. Tell me, is the pain that you're causing worth what you profit?
Yeah, I know that money don't buy happiness, but buys you more material shit. Been reworking how I think and what it means to be rich. I used to think it meant to flex, a Rolex on my wrist. Feels bad to take more than you give. Lately hate how we live. I never wanna become the things that I hate. With a man in the mirror with laugh and spit in my face, and tell me that the money is maybe another fake. I've been drowning in my mind and my money's been at it. Wait, oh Lord, please save me. I should've known that something man-made couldn't make me. I say I'm making music, or is music what creates me? I never have an answer, same question every day. See, when we pass on, all our things are passed on to the next. Everything we didn't do is everything we regret. Every day we fucking work for this worthless check. If you're not happy, you're forever in debt. You're forever in debt. Fuck it. Another day, another night, another fucking battle in my mind. A lot of love, a lot of hate, a lot who wanna see me unwind. I feel alone, all alone. Now get your shit together is what I'm told. Been feeling low, super low, and they won't even care till I'm gone. Used to dream of the top and nightmares at the bottom. Till I realize at the bottom is the top. When forgotten, pray I don't fall like autumn. When you feel more like a product than a person, there's a problem, babe. Feeling so low, I don't want no one to know. I just need something to cope, leave me alone. Told them I'll leave me alone, then wonder where did they go. Been here before, push away people I love, just so they never get close. End of my rope, I don't think anyone care. Maybe they will when I go, maybe they'll talk about me on the internet. They never care, only care when they benefit. Yeah. Introvert, honestly, out of my element. Yeah. Still, I'm afraid of becoming irrelevant. Oh, yeah. Pay attention to the ones who don't clap when you win. If they lie to you once, and they'll do it again. Knew the hurt would come back and just didn't know when. In the night of the crash, I thought it was the end. All it takes is a moment to alter a life. And I thought about that for the rest of the night. Am I making a difference with things that I write? Just a human, you don't know the demons I fight. So another day, another night, another fucking battle in my mind. A lot of love, a lot of hate, a lot who wanna see me unwind. I feel alone, all alone. Now get your shit together's what I'm told. Been feeling low, super low, and they won't even care till I'm gone. You say I'm the worst, they say I'm the best, but call me tonight when you get off of work. Got things on my chest, I've been feeling bad for the feelings I have. I know that I'm blessed, been learning that money just isn't the cure for feeling depressed. I know I digress, I've been a mess. Honestly, I've been a mess. Hate what I think in my head, act like a friend. And when I need you the most, that's when you leave me on red. Have to pretend, always just have to pretend like I don't care what it said. Stuck in my head, plenty of things I could do. I just go lay in my bed, damn. Don't really know why I'm feeling so low. Where do you go when there's nowhere to go? They talking, I know they don't know. But it's like when your heart becomes empty and cold. How do I know what's real when my mind questions all I know? How do I save myself from myself when I'm feeling low? How do I flip the page if I'm stuck reading what I wrote? Why do I always drown in my thoughts? Need to learn to flow. Another day, another night, another fucking battle in my mind. A lot of love, a lot of hate, a lot who wanna see me unwind. I feel alone, all alone. Now get your shit together's what I'm told. Been feeling low, super low, and they won't even care till I'm gone.
It's hard to be scared of a little thunder when you spent your whole life waiting in the rain. Yeah, you reminisce, just grin, look back and wonder. You ever gone